And welcome in here as we bring you the NCR Division 1AA semifinal, the first of two matchups here on this Saturday from beautiful Butler, Pennsylvania. It's Louisville and Bowling Green squaring off in this match. Winner of this one advances on in the road to Houston. They'll take on the winner of Tennessee and Texas A&M. Ben Holden and Mike Petrie, the Hall of Famer, with me. Petrie, we got a blue field here today. You ever seen this?
No, not seen it, not played on it, but it looks kind of fun, very unique for sure.
It is, no doubt about it, man. So we are underway. Louisville in the white and red kits, Bowling Green in their black and orange kits. Here's a push now, Louisville. Good platform for them. They're started here in the opening minute of the match. St. Bonaventure and Walsh will play on this pitch later. Mike and I will have that call for you in Division 1. And a penalty going the way of Louisville here early on. Pick and go for Louisville towards the line, diving and getting home is Louisville. They strike here in the opening minute.
Tell you what, Ben, there might be some snow on the ground there in Butler, Pennsylvania, but Louisville has come out of the gates on absolute fire. I mean, you can hear the background noise. You can hear their bench getting up for it. I mean, 1 minute into the game, you punch one in, you get a penalty that close, semifinal play, and it's just like you don't even take a shot at post, just quick tap and go. So really nice play here from Louisville. Good pickup off the base, keeping those defenders around the fringes honest. Love that bit of work right there from their 9, Ryan Camarada. And then they earned themselves this penalty very quickly here. Here it comes. There's the arm out from our referee that time. And a quick tap coming, no questions about it. They're not going to go for points. They're just going to try to jam it into the Bowling Green defense and get some points on the board early.
I love the offensive mindset. The kick is good. And it's a 7-0 lead here, just about 2 minutes into the match. Knockout rugby, Mike, as you know all too well, is a different mentality. How is it different than when you're just playing a match in the regular season? What are the biggest differences?
The mental side of it is, like you said, I mean, you're training all season long. I mean, I got to be honest, by the time you get to semifinal play, your body is just about broken. I mean, you've gone through a full season, week in and week out. You know, you've got to dig real deep, try to go that extra mile, because you know that all that matters is punch that ticket to the championship final next week. But, man, when those stakes are high, cool heads prevail. And right now, Louisville, they've got serious energy in their side.
Good stuff. That is the Hall of Famer Mike Petrie. Ben Holden with you. Great carry here from Bowling Green. And the Falcons trying to work their way back. And they're about 30 meters away from the line. So a quick response here from the Falcons of Bowling Green out of the great state of Ohio. They're coached by Tony Mazzarella. McLean Jones, the coach of this Louisville side. Working through the back line here near that far edge. Griffin Wilson is the 9 for Bowling Green, teamed up with Jacob Capel, the 9-10 combination. Back into the hands of the big hooker there. That's Benjamin Young. Quickly peeled out from the base. Another heavy, hard charging carry there. Philip Tracy, one of the 2 flankers wearing 6 today. And a penalty call coming up here. It's going to be against Louisville. I don't see any T coming out. Do you, Mike? It looks like they're going to have the same mentality here, and they're going to go for points, or are they going to continue to try to keep this passage going? Here's the question.
I think you kind of have to. I mean, in a certain situation here, you think to yourself, all right, you've got a penalty, come out a little bit under pressure. I mean, 90 seconds into the game, you're 7-0 down on the scoreboard. You kind of just want to get rid of that donut with your Bowling Green. Maybe get some points, have a shot at goal. We're coming back to the other side.
Ball in the hand of their fullback, Joseph Apol. There's some conversation going on here now as a yellow's been issued here. So a yellow card here, Mike, issued against Louisville. Here the crowd in Butler, Pennsylvania. Good turnout on this blue turf. Many believe it's the first blue rugby pitch we've ever seen. It's like Boise State in college football. They made a name for themselves with that blue turf out there in Boise, Idaho. So here comes the kick now from Joseph Apol. He'll set him up for the line out. They'll try to hammer this one in here from close range. Benjamin Young getting a little bit of instruction there from Ralph Mers. The loose head comes over, and here we go with a throw coming from Young. Not a good throw, says the referee. Turned him over here. Now Louisville, after the turnover, inside of their own 22, trying to make a little bit of a push here. Down a man here. Penalty call offside against Bowling Green. So Louisville here leading, getting that early try in the opening 2 minutes. See where they can get this kick. There is wind, as you can hear. It's a cold day in Butler, Pennsylvania. Small amount of snow around the pitch here. We're into the 7th minute. Line-out opportunity here. Liam Flynn for Louisville. And it's tipped away. Bowling Green trying to come up with it. Double lock on. Front rows getting ready to engage here. Mikey Rudzinski is our head referee. Miscue there in the set piece for Louisville. So back and forth we go with the turnovers here. Bowling Green now, about 40 meters out. They'll restart here. Pretty good kick there. That's against the wind too. So a great opportunity here for Bowling Green as we're into the 9th minute here. Benjamin Young, product of Medina, Ohio. 6 foot 225, sport management major. They get him out and into touch. It sure looked that way. We got another turnover. Back and forth we go now with these turnovers here. Liam Flynn, an Ohio product out of Wyoming, Ohio, the Louisville hooker, Wyoming High School, where he prepped in his rugby career. Knock-on call by Mikey Rudzinski there. So after a feverish start to this, we've kind of slowed here in the last few minutes here. Multiple turnovers from both these sides. Louisville inside of their own end here. Another set piece opportunity upcoming for them. Ryan Camerata, Pennsylvania product to put in. Out the back, here comes Louisville now. Mike told you he was very instrumental in their opening try that came in the first couple of minutes of the match. Freeze it from the base. They go to the back. Look out, under pressure. And get the kick away. The pressure was applied initially by Ralph Mers. And Bowling Green now will get another opportunity here. They'll have a line-out upcoming here. Again, Liam Flynn in there, trying to steal that line out, but it's not their line out. It's going to be Benjamin Young, Bowling Green number 2, coming over. Cody Luther with a little whisper in his ear, some instruction there from the tight head prop. Deep throw, go the Falcons. Good execution. They look off the carry. It's kept there and taken down to ground goes John Luke Weiler. Now the Falcons continuing to push down the pitch. Good battle in there. Bowling Green able to get a couple of meters and then some on the carry there. Line is set, played back into the hands of Jacob Capel, the 10. To ground he goes. Bowling Green, can they take advantage of being a man up here? That yellow card issued a few minutes ago against Louisville. But Bowling Green turning the ball over again. They knock it on, says Mikey Rudzinski. The front rows will engage once again here. Again, the winner of this match will take on the winner of Tennessee and Texas A&M. Sounds like a great matchup in football. Should be a great matchup in rugby as well. Brand name schools playing in that one. Louisville, great athletics programs. Bowling Green, they play out of the Mid-American Conference in their sports. Football, basketball, hockey, those sports they do. So here's an opportunity once again for Bowling Green. And stuck in this part of the pitch here for the last 5-6 minutes. Joseph Apol with the kick on the penalty. Approaching 13 minutes gone in the match. Louisville came out red hot. Try early on. First passage of play. They were able to get home. Young with that throw in. Here comes the push now from Bowling Green. Picked up from the back. Pushing near the line, and they get home, and Bowling Green a kick away from getting this match level, and it's the big lock in there, the Genoa, Ohio product, Zach Shapila. The big man powering it down with a nice celly as well for the Falcons. So the kick coming, the conversion to level the match here. Joseph Apol, here's a look back. Well executed in that line out. Great drive, great push from Bowling Green. Everybody going. Wilson gets in, and he gets a carry there to get him a little bit closer before they would cap this thing off. And then Eventually finished off by Shapila there, the lock. Good look at it there. And Joseph Apol, the conversion here from 22, 10 meters off the touchline. Strike with the right, looks good. Is it good? No, it drifted left on him. So it stays a 7-5 count here in the first of two Division I AA semifinals here on this Saturday. On the road to Houston, coming down the stretch. Games going on down in Houston today. These two sides playing to try and get through and earn the right to play for the Division I AA championship next weekend. Pressure coming from Louisville. Forcing that Bowling Green kick, and that ball set up nicely for the Falcons. They're able to get it out near halfway. Louisville jumping, you saw there, to get back on side there, and they did. Golden Lens, the one that took the leap there. The hooker Young with it. Young, good strong carry from Benjamin Young. 6'2", 225. The measurables on him. Here's a kick now from Bowling Green. Sets up the right into the hands there on the wing of Louisville. Good carry on this play up that far side. They kick ahead. They're giving a chase for it. Bowling Green's back there. It's down, and the Falcons have it up against their own try line. Good job covering that kick, though, from Bowling Green. So inside of their own 5, and some heavy contact in there on Wilson, the 9. And it's going to be a penalty call, says Mikey Rudzinski. Honor for the teams to get here. Honor for the officials as well. Rudzinski and his crew here working this Division I AA semifinal today. So the training staff has come out. Bowling Green player injured here. Needing some medical attention. Here's a look back at that carry on that kick, or the chase for it after that carry that led to the kick. And the Falcons were alert and around it and got down on, and the injured player there you can see laying down on the turf there. Owen Slimmer, the center, number 13. Some contact when he went down to ground, and look at that play after and the breakdown there. And it is a critical match for both these sides, both trying to get to the final next week down in Houston. Owen Slimmer still getting attention on the right side of your screen there. 18th minute of the match here. So Owen Slimmer has made his way off the pitch here. Rudzinski having a conversation there with Philip Tracy out of Dayton, Ohio. They're number 6. I believe we're just about set to resume here. Russell Mers, number 22, is checked into the match, replacing Slimmer, the 13, who had to go out due to the injury. So he is now into this match for Tony Mazzarella and this Bowling Green side. First substitution of the match for either side. We'll restart from there on this far touchline. Benjamin Young set to trigger the line out here. Get a good look there at some of Those back rowers for Bowling Green, they got plenty of size, plenty of length. And we saw on the try that they scored. Shapila taking it home. He's a mountain of a young man. Here go the Falcons, down by 2. Back to it, good run, trying to break free. They get a piece, but a big pickup on that carry from Bowling Green. Gets them into a much better operating space here as they're nearly to halfway. Double tackle, and it was not an easy one. A couple of more meters after the contact was made. Wilson getting it free from the base. Here they'll work it up this left side. Casey Hathaway, the left winger. There's the indication. The ball was knocked on, said Rudzinski. So the Cardinals will have possession here, and a scrum upcoming for them with Ryan Camerata. Playing in his home state of Pennsylvania. Here's a look back. The carry there from Hathaway. Tough to see in that entanglement of bodies, but right there, Rudzinski coming in. The ball was knocked on, said our referee in the center. Rudzinski laying down the law to both these groups, the front rows. You can feel the energy in Butler, Pennsylvania. 2-point lead for the Louisville Cardinals. White and red kits put in here for Camerata. Just off the fingertips of the intended target, and that's a miscue, and that is a knock-on. Bowling Green here in prime position here to try to make something happen. Griffin Wilson patiently waiting here until everyone's set, and the signal and the call from Rudzinski. Good drive, good push, ball free and available. Wilson picks it up. Wilson. Driven down. First to get to him there was Jacob Moore, the flanker, number 7. Now Wilson into a little bit of space, operating here with a back line now. Weiler the carry. Freed, up in the air, down on the turf. We had a call and we had an advantage being played. Rudzinski will reset us. So looking toward the post, is that the decision they're going to make here? It looks like they're going to scrum here. Here's a look back at that last sequence. There's Wilson, and was close to a high tackle there, but none called, just below where they needed to be. Great to see the college guys battling it out here the last few weeks here in the NCR tournament. Love seeing that here in the U.S. for the college programs. So many playing, leaving it all out on the pitch, on the blue pitch today in Butler, Pennsylvania. We will engage here in the 25th with another scrum. Bowling Green right at the 22 of Louisville. Wilson waiting at the back for it. Instead, he doesn't pick it up. Instead, it's into the hands and picked up in the carry by Philip Tracy. Falcons down by 2 here. Looking to take the lead on this passage of play. Wilson with ball into the middle, onto his cohort there, Capel. Wilson again. Weiler. Wilson digging away in there, gets the ball back for Young. Young played it on. Evan Holderer the carry, the number 8 for Bowling Green. They thought about playing that ball to Jacob Capel out to the edge, but instead thought better of it, didn't like what he saw. And a short pickup now, picked up in the back of the base, Wilson. Good tough carry out of the number 9, Griffin Wilson. And a ball knocked free, but came right back into the hands of Bowling Green. Inside of the 5, Louisville trying to stiffen here, trying to steal it. A couple meters from that line. From the back, good work in there from Louisville. Their guys really battling hard in there. And the battle continues, and Louisville comes up with a stand and a stop and a turnover. The most physical passage I think we've seen here so far in the match. The manhood getting greatly tested in there on both sides. You see the enthusiasm there from Colton Lenz, the Naperville, Illinois product, to 13. Bowling Green putting a push on Louisville, trying to dig out of their own end. Little bit of breathing room. Bowling Green digging in. It is really getting intense. Cardinals get it back, and they need just some kind of exit and a release of the pressure, and they'll get it. But Bowling Green's going to have it in prime position, as they'll have the restart with the line out coming up. Coming up on 28 minutes gone in the semifinal here in Division I AA. Winner will face the winner of Tennessee and Texas A&M. They'll play afternoon here to set up the final for next week. Good carry from Young. Wilson frees it. Good ball movement, good opportunity here, cutting back inside. The carry there, Capel. Penalty called against Louisville. Always part of any broadcast. There's always technical things we have to work through. Mike Petcher, you're back with me, right? Or maybe not. Struck on this 2-point lead here for Louisville. They struck early on. Just over a minute into the match, they scored. Bowling Green, the majority of this first half has been played really about 30 meters away from the Louisville line. Now the Falcons the same part of the park where they scored the try that Shapila put home. The big lock for the Falcons.
Yellow card. Bring the yellow.
Close. Radzinski, good look at it. And diving and trying to get it home. And Radzinski right there making the call. Cardinals sent there, and Radzinski seeing something in there he did not like and makes the call and turns over Bowling Green here. Again, 5 meters from their own line is Louisville. They have been up against it here, as I mentioned, for the majority of this first half. Going to get a little bit of breathing room. See that flag up where we will restart from here. Final 10 minutes here of the first half. Deep throw, good throw. Louisville. See the call there for Mikey Radzinski against Bowling Green. A little bit more breathing room coming here for the Louisville Cardinals. Michael, can you hear me? Now the Falcons pushing back. Falcons getting the ball free. Now they try to kick one. It's charged and picked up. And Louisville comes up with the ball. Great job getting in there. It was Jacob Moore getting the hands on it. Now the Cardinals. They enter the 22. Alisteri the carry, the 15 for Louisville. Cardinals on the attack. They have not had much of this in the last few minutes of this first half. They have been on the defense. Bowling Green coming up with the ball again. Work back the kick from Bowling Green. Down on that blue turf, and we're going to come back and reset. Was not done, says Mikey Radzinski. Little housekeeping here from referee Mikey Radzinski here. Had an injured player, looked like for Louisville, out of your picture there that they've tended to, and we're set to resume here with the scrum coming up for Louisville. Cameron. break against Louisville. Bowling Green. 5.5 to go in the half. They'll take the penalty here and they'll tap and go on the restart. Heavy run, breaking free, gaining halfway, and still then some. Great carry on that restart. There's the loose end of the carry. Spun back by Wilson. Green still down 2 here. Final 5 minutes here of this first half. The edge of the 22 go to Falcons. Tackle there from Louisville. Wilson getting the ball free. They'll work the far edge. Another double tackle there from Louisville. Near the edge, near the touchline, turned over, Louisville. Another turnover they force in their own end of the pitch. Knock on Bowling Green. Final 4 minutes here of the half. What a physical battle this has begun to turn into. And Louisville with a great start. Looked like we were going to have a high-scoring affair. We still could, but the way they came out. But since then, really, I'd say the last 20-plus minutes, we've been, for the majority, 95% of it's been in this end of the park. And now Louisville trying to get something going here in the final 3.5 minutes, but it's picked up by Bowling Green near the line, and they get it home. No, they don't. Not quite there yet. Big carry there from their number 8. Still battling, powering. Linzinski right there, nothing yet.
Ben, can you hear me?
Yes, I do hear you. You hear me?
Yes, back in it.
We got you. Louisville comes up with another stop.
All right, Ben, while we've got a little break and play here, can you play me back for a few seconds? I see 7-5 still. I apologize for the errors on the part here, tech-wise, but I see 7-5
all good.
Post contest. How quickly did Bowling Green score? They came out of the gates and scored right away and responded to Louisville?
A few minutes later, but it's really been, I mean, this has turned into an absolute street fight. I mean, it's really been in this end of the pitch, and for the most part, I'd say 30 meters and in is where the majority of this half has been played, and Louisville's been up against it really for the last, I'd say, 25 minutes of this match.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's an incredible defensive stand, but how long can you actually do that? You know, we're approaching halftime here. They'll get a little rest. Man, if they walk out of here playing 30 minutes inside of their 30-meter defensive area, like that is incredible from Louisville.
Yeah, they have really, really battled in this thing, and there was a stretch we had 4 or 5 consecutive turnovers right around the 22, and they just kept flexing the muscle every time. And Bowling Green's been near the line 3 or 4 times. I mean, right at the line, basically, and they have come up with stops. So, yeah, I was curious to get your take on that. I mean, we know the taxing toll this sport takes on you, but and for whatever reason, Mike, it's always harder to defend than play offense, right?
It is. It takes a lot out of you to play defense. But at the same time, you talk about the mental side of the game, and it looks like they'll set up a scrum here. But mental side of it, from Bowling Green's point of view, I mean, you've only got 5 points to show for 30 minutes camped out in Louisville's end. I mean, that's kind of demoralizing. When you go into that halftime huddle and you talk about that, there's a lot of energy in that that's like, fellas, we have to do better, right? Not that it's negative energy, but there's definitely conversations there that that's not good enough. And that's kind of a tough place to be. Whereas if you're Louisville, your energy markers are high and you're like, hey, we came out, we scored very early.
Calling for water here. I think to Mike's point, I mean, these guys are taxed. I mean, this has been a very, very physically demanding half of rugby. What we were discussing, certainly for Louisville on the defensive side of it, but Bowling Green as well. They've been really trying to power this thing in, and if they could get one here late, get the lead, they'd go in feeling a little bit better about things.
They absolutely would. And what I would say is these conditions, I mean, as you look around in the lovely state of Pennsylvania, the snow on the ground in the background, I mean, it's obviously not tropical there, Ben. It's pretty cold in terms of what they're dealing with. And I will say, in the first half of a game like this in semifinal play, I mean, your energy's up, your enthusiasm's up, you're feeling really excited, and then all of a sudden you split for halftime in the snow, and you get a little break, your heart rate goes down a little. It is very difficult to come back onto the field from that and get your energy level back up. So if you're Bowling Green and you're looking for something to just move the needle right now, you need to punch this in at the halftime horn.
Yeah, well said. They've got things set up here, set to go here. Griffin Wilson. See if the Falcons can punch one in, to Mike's point. Wilson over it. Wilson turns, plays left. The Falcons, a turf monster there as it took down Jacob Capel. Toe picked right into that blue turf. So again, Louisville forced them back a little bit here. And the story of this half, as we've discussed, the defensive work put in by this Louisville side. And they turn them over again. Not releasing in time, says Rudzinski.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it. I mean, Louisville, to stop them there, you're over the 40-minute mark. So you're playing into injury time a little bit. You got to imagine there's not much time left on this clock. But Louisville, what a stand. If they can hold this out and just end this half, keeping Bowling Green at 5 points, I mean, what a statement that is. And you get so much energy out of defensive stands like that, mentally at least anyway.
Yep.
But that's not good.
Not good on,
that's
not good on the throw there. Yep.
Because that now just hands Bowling Green an opportunity.
Yep. Short on that throw.
You see what they wanted to do there, right? You saw that deception.
Yep.
They showed that back lifting pod, moved towards that 15-meter mark. They threw it short. It's cold. They're tired. They played a lot of defense. I think in that situation, you don't need anything fancy. Just turn around and hit that front jumper if that's what you're going to do. Just get it up and then get it out. You know, you're over that 40-minute mark, like you said. Louisville there just handing Bowling Green another opportunity. Now they got to go play defense again.
Wilson gets hands on it, gets it free. Pack of runners over there. Take your pick. There were 4 of them. Put that ball into the hands there of Weiler. Wilson plays short, left with it. Looks off and keeps it here, and he'll get tossed down to ground there, will Griffin Wilson. Deep into the red here in this first half. Rudzinski, our referee in the middle. Speed coming from the back. Tackle made right at the 22, and a good job in there defensively by Colton Lenz, who's been all over. Defensively, Louisville comes up with the ball again. Another turnover they forced in their own end of the pitch. They have had a ton of those so far in this match. Pressure relieving kick, but Bowling Green, some real estate to work with. Out over the top, drop right in the hands there, and Good ball played on into the hands of Tracy. Nearly 5 minutes past the 40-minute mark here in this first half. Bowling Green still going. Young, their hooker. Wilson works it back. Good carry there from Eichholz. Again, it's Young. And another penalty called. And that's on Louisville. And they're going to go quick here with a tap and go on the restart. Spread this a lot here in the half. Into the 22 again for Bowling Green. Another penalty on Louisville.
And that time, Ben, it goes against Louisville. They've had great turnovers at the breakdown, and here it is. Here's that 3 points that Bowling Green needs to take that lead. And you've got now, what, almost 4 minutes over the halftime break. And again, this comes back to Louisville making steals, getting big turnovers in their defensive stand. But then they missed that key line-out throw around the 22. And here's another look at this turnover. So Louisville, good, strong body position over the ball, but not to be. They had one too many in their end. Luck ran out that time. A referee gives the penalty to Bowling Green, and here it is. Bowling Green has a shot to take the lead. This would be a huge mindset shift going into halftime.
Yeah, you start to wonder, what do we have to do to score, right? It's teed up here for Joseph Apol, their fullback. Strike with the right, 22, and there it is, Mike. They get the 3. So for Bowling Green, it's only 1, but they head to the room, the halftime break, up 1.
And again, that's big for them, that mindset. They walk in with that 1 point lead. It's almost evened up as we come out for the second half, but here we go. We're going to kick off again, Ben. Look at this. We're
this is amazing.
Back again for another kickoff. I mean, you talk about tired bodies. These guys have got to be hurting. We are well over the 40-minute mark at this point. And, man, Louisville with that defensive effort, they're going to have to go again now and go downfield and make this tackle off the kickoff.
Yeah, charge down there. They got the kick away. And that one drifts and sails into touch. So, yeah, we're not done. Radzinski apparently giving everyone their money's worth here. See, our clock's been adjusted a couple of times, so looks like now just past the 40-minute mark into the 41st here.
And so, Ben, here's where I eat my own words a little bit, because when you're on the field, you have that luxury of being able to talk to the referee and find out exactly how much time is left. We're here in, the comfort of our headsets. We're just speculating based on the running clock that we have. And so, you got to imagine that that's good game management then by these two teams and their captains to understand exactly what they're working with in terms of time. And Bowling Green just wasting no time, trying to get another one in. It looks like, not even look at the clear. Here they go. Now they'll drop in the pocket.
Yeah. Couple come. They get a piece of it. And that's the second time that Louisville has come in and charged one and got their hands on it. Now Louisville, here they come looking for a response. Into the 22, still up that far side. Good carry. Excellent work getting down deep there by J.B. Meyer. And it's up in the air, tip, batted. Bowling Green comes up. A couple of knock-ons. Says Radzinski. Takes a look at the watch, too. And it looks like now, Mike Petrie, we have hit the halftime break. Oh, that was a doozy, partner.
From what I saw, Ben, it certainly was. But I'll tell you what, the time that I saw Louisville with the ball in hand, as short as it was, they go forward. And Bowling Green, they looked like they were just stuck in the mud when they were on offense. So defensive effort from Louisville. They're in the hole by 1, but big second half for both these two schools.
Yep, indeed. So we'll step aside a quick 5-minute halftime. So not much time to regroup for the two sides playing here. 8-7 our halftime score. Bowling Green on top of Louisville.
show. The fall season is upon us. We have a brand new division now, 4 men's divisions, 4 women's divisions. Add that 7. We're going to be coming to you once every other week here in this video podcast form.
I'm excited for a season of telling college rugby's best stories.
We deserve to be here. We're going to keep, representing.
To me, the biggest testament for the future of the game.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful, precise camera.
Turn the lights on.
Build your team. Photograph. Video captures moments. Powerful camera for powerful sport.
Welcome back here. A very, very quick halftime here from Butler, Pennsylvania, in an absolute street fight between Bowling Green and Louisville. 1AA semifinal, first of 2 today. Tennessee and Texas A&M, they're slated to play at 1 Eastern time. And that is quite a sight, isn't it? The blue rugby pitch, and giving it a run here this weekend, and very unique, but it is a rugby pitch in every sense. Good looking picture there. Mike Petrie will join me momentarily. The USA Rugby Hall of Famer. Always great to work with Mike. We haven't been together since the MLR Championship game that was in Rhode Island back in late June. Mike will be back with us momentarily. But I think the fastest halftime I've ever been a part of. They're not messing around. They want to keep these matches moving. So great to have you with us wherever you're watching here. It's the NCR semifinal round. The winner of this match will take on the winner of Tennessee and Texas A&M. Again, that one's set to get underway around 1 Eastern time. Take here from Louisville. Just past the noon hour here in the east. Louisville, the white and red kits. Bowling Green, the brown and the orange, their traditional colors. All right, Petrie, I mean, that might be the quickest halftime I've ever seen in the sport of rugby. How about you?
That's really, really, really quick. So one of two things. It's either like people agreed and said, hey, it's freezing cold. There's no locker rooms. We just need to get back out on the field and play, and everybody agreed to it, and that's perfectly sensible to me. It's like the longer you stand around in the cold, the worse it is to come back out and play again. Or just, there's another game after this. They're looking at timings, and sometimes those things need to happen. And it could be one of those two things. But either way, already Bowling Green now camped out where they were from the first half, right back in it. And wow, this has been what a game this has been so far, man. It really has been so fun to watch. Two teams really, really well drilled, you could tell. And what I will say, one thing I wanted to talk about, Ben, Louisville, their coach, McLean Jones, you know him well. And I've called his name on broadcast many times. All those turnovers and steals that they made in the first half, that's what you get when your coach is an open side flanker in Major League Rugby, I guess.
That's right. That's well said, yeah. Here's Bowling Green now. They got their trot in the first half from Zach Shapila. the Louisville try that came in the opening, just over the opening minute, was Jacob Moore, their 7. Speaking of flankers, and here's Bowling Green, and they'll tote one in and get it down. And the Falcons strike here. The big number 8 takes it home, and the Falcons increase the lead now, leading it 13-7. Evan Holderer takes it home, and the Falcons make quick work here, Mike, in this second half.
And that's a big opening for them. We looked at in that first half, Louisville came out of the gates hot, and they scored within the first 90 seconds. And then how about this? Bowling Green returns the favor and says, we could do better than that. We'll come out and we'll do it in about 2 minutes. So they punch one in very early on, as I mentioned, camped out in that first half for a very long time. But how about this handling to the outside? Maybe we could have given that ball to his right wing there at that time. Could have given it to the outside, but instead, Evan Holder powers in. He had Hathaway on his outside, but look at that. He's psyched up. He's into it. Good hands from that Bowling Green back line, moving the ball to the outside, and a great finish that time by number 8, Evan Holder.
Yep, you see that kick was off the mark. There is some wind. As Mike's talked about, it's cold. I mean, everything hurts a little bit more this cold, and you know, the hits, those hurt a little bit more, but you got to hand it to these young men that are out there battling to try to get down to Houston next week to play in the Division I AA championship match against either Tennessee or Texas A&M. Falcons leading by 6. Now Louisville looking to get something going here. Down a converted try. Good, heavy, hard charging run there. Ryan Camerata's the 9. This Archibald is the 10 for Louisville. That combo, always so critical in the sport.
Yeah.
Camerata freed that ball. Louisville, good pace coming from their runners. Camerata freeing it from the base. Mike, we saw this Louisville group. They came out of that first passage, and I mean, I'm sure both these sides have the ability to really change it from the back line. But what do you make of the way they scored, and what do you think they need to do to try to open their offense up a little bit?
I think Louisville just took the game by storm and caught Bowling Green, I mean, really by surprise. I mean, everybody's coming out with a lot of energy from the opening kickoff, but Louisville just came out absolutely storming to score that opening try, and since then it's just been very quiet. They've played a lot of defense. So when they have the ball, they have to make it count. Their bodies are going to be sore. They made a lot of tackles in that first half. They spent a lot of time in their own end. And one of the comments that I made earlier was, how long can you actually sustain that? Is that sustainable? Because what happens is that carries over into your offensive game. I mean, your hands are sore, your shoulders are sore, your body's just going to be a little bit run down. Just from playing so much defense, must been in the position, launching off the line every time, trying to get those turnovers, put yourself in both places. If you're Louisville, you just got to find that space, that composure in your mind, get your bodies right. Honestly, just find your rhythm. Because you haven't had the ball a whole lot. You haven't had a whole lot of runs.
Two changes up front in the front row for Louisville. Nick Hall, 17, is in, and Dylan McGivney, number 18, they are in. Liam Flynn remains in, the starter, their hooker in the middle of that front row. Here's Bowling Green, popping this ball quickly over halfway on a good carry turned in there from Hathaway. Now the Falcons call on their number 7 to free that ball up. They do, they get it into the hands of Joseph Apol, the 15. Freed out of there by Griffin Wilson. the Falcons. Good 10, 11-meter carry there from him. Wilson calmly plays it out. Wilson out of the mix there, so he gets some help from a teammate. Good carry here, trying to break through, and he does. And a big stick there on the tackle inside of the 22 on Jacob Capel. So the Falcons showing some up-tempo in their game on the couple of passages they've had it here in the second half. Seems a little bit different tempo here, Mike, for this Bowling Green side here in the second half, does it not?
Seems like Bowling Green really took those boxes. They got some good messages on. They have been on the offensive so far this entire second half, and really showing for it. I mean, look at the way they're moving the ball across the field. They've come from them right up the field before. They've been maintaining the far very well. Had to have been a big part of the first half.
Here they come, about 26 meters away. Louisville again digging in. Wilson plays it left, down low. Good hands to get that ball. Trying to break away, looking for the offload. And there's the call from our referee, Mikey Rudzinski.
Big break on the short side that time. 13, Owens, Nimmer. Take a look. Go down the short side channel. Great play there by the number 9, Cooper Wilson. Shows body liners to the open field. And it throws over his back foot. But that Louisville defense, by surprise, just by a little bit of that step his body position. Great job that time by Cooper Wilson. Showing one thing, doing another. And then what a run by Owens Nimmer. Tried to get that offload in. Up on the inside, but unfortunately, Louisville goes to that.
We'll lock up again here. Every one of these set pieces gets more and more critical as we tick down in time here in this second half. Ryan Camerata will do the work here for the Cardinals of Louisville. Indication in the call there from Rudzinski. Five minutes gone here in the second half. Winner on to the championship next week. Some substitutions coming in now for Bowling Green. Vincent Coffey has come in, number 18, a prop for the Falcons here. Big opportunity for them. Good throw, well done. Clean in and out. Here comes Bowling Green. Entering the 22 on the carry there. There's Weiler, but it's turned over, and the Cardinals come up with another stop defensively. Careful here.
Hey, guys, listen. You gotta get your shoulders. We talked about it. Your body control, okay? The minute the contact happens, we get the shoulders forward, ball underneath us, going forward, okay? Can't push and turn. That's how we lose the ball.
Little Tracy there and Camerata. Two captains there with Rudzinski. Louisville here, 10 minutes into the second half. Bringing it back over here to reset. And that is the spot. Foot in the ground from our center referee. 13-7 Bowling Green. Up 6 here in the 52nd. Amarana trying to get his hands on it and does. Thought about the kick there. Instead, good ball played. Now Louisville, tons of room here. Good carry, looking back, and the pass off the mark. Oh, the runner was there. It was Carson Green that was available there, and Kendrick just missed pinning that pass. What a big opportunity there for the Cardinals, and they can't cash in. And they turn the ball over, and Bowling Green with the line out here. Just over halfway. Wilson spinning it back deep, and there's the kick from the Falcons. Good take back there. Louisville looking to get a passage together here. Converted try would have them on top. They scored just over a minute into this match. It was Jacob Moore, the Indianapolis, Indiana product out of Bishop Chatard High School, a sport admin major, a junior. And a bit of a messy play near the line, was able to get it and dot it down for the first points in the conversion. Had him up 7-0. Took Bowling Green a few more minutes to get on the board. And when watching, you know this has been an absolute battle between these two sides, these two schools. Physical battle. They always are, but this one's seems like it's on a different level. Playing for a right to play for the 1AA championship next week down in Houston, Texas. Wilson frees it from the base. Short ball, played it into the hands there of Vincent Poffey, who's come in here in this second half as a replacement up front. Falcons protecting that ball. Good job to wrap it up there before the tackle was made. Louisville, they're able to get in there. Good kick from them to get a little bit of space here.
Get his ass, JB! Damn it!
There you hear the sights and the sounds of this intense match here. Flipped over the top, dangerous play. Yep, and it's gonna come back, says referee Mikey Radzinski.
What a counterattack that time from Bowling Green's number 6 Philip Tracy. I mean, stepping up that outside foot, showing the shiftiness of a fullback in that backfield, Ben. I mean, he was just ducking and weaving all the way up that left-hand side on that far sideline. He's showing goals and then finally offloads to a teammate, but unfortunately that time for Bowling Green. Pass goes awry and almost straight into the hands of Louisville's fullback, Rocco Bastieri. I mean, he was almost off to the races had he been able to hang on to that run, and that could have been a big turn of events that Louisville would have needed in that moment. But as it is, a scrum for Louisville on a big one right around midfield. They've got to have something up their sleeve here from their back line to just get that ball over halfway and get into Bowling Green's end.
Yeah, they haven't got much going offensively here. We'll see if they can here, Mike, on this passage here. They gain a penalty here on Bowling Green. Spread out a bit, here they come. Help there if they want it. Offload, good job getting that ball free and into the hands there of Carson Green. Penalties called against Louisville here, so another costly miscue from the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's a tough call against Louisville, but I felt like it was a tough call against Bowling Green just moments ago. The penalty in midfield against Bowling Green for hands in. I thought they had two players strong over top of the ball. They get called for not rolling away. But good body position from the Bowling Green defense. Louisville decides to go quick off that penalty. They take it to that far sideline. A great offload off that blue turf by their right wing, J.B. Meyer. And Bowling Green, though, was able to turn them over. For Louisville, it's really nothing to show for it. We said they had that far scrum on the far side of the field. Had to get something into play, and unfortunately get a penalty as a result, and then turn it over on the far side after the quick tap.
Coffee with a throw. It's intercepted, so Louisville getting the possession right back here. 57th minute, 13-7 Bowling Green. They're on the defensive side here on the left side of your screen. Their traditional brown and orange out of Bowling Green, Ohio. 40 miles inside of the Ohio border, south of Toledo. Winner advancing on to Houston next weekend. 1AA championship against the winner of Tennessee, Texas A&M. Good carry turned in there. Louisville, though, again, coming up, man. The defensive turnovers they have forced in this match, Mike, it's been impressive. If their offense could just get going. Another call here being made by Mikey Rudzinski. Signal and the indication there, and we will scrum once again. Butler, Pennsylvania, the site here of this match, and Mike and I will have St. Bonaventure coming up at 3 Eastern on this pitch as well in their match, and they're always a powerhouse in college rugby. They're on the Division I side. Big push here. Degrees right now in Butler, Pennsylvania, where we're at. Feels like temp is 22 degrees. Not a chance they'll see the sun there today. Cloudy skies forecasted throughout the day. And the tee is coming out. The Falcons are going to use the penalty that was called here in the scrum that you see in that play. Right there, he picked that ball up illegally. So the Falcons are going to call on the boot of their 15 here. Try and knock through another PK here. Big kick here that would extend it to a 2-possession match here. 13-7 now, the strike. And it is good. Got inside of that right post, and Bowling Green now with 16 on the board. They lead it by 9. (16-7) our score. 60th minute here. These men play for all season, a chance to play for a championship in the NCR tournament. Michael, you back with me?
Back with you, Ben. Back in the saddle, back in action. And here we are on the blue turf in the snow.
So I don't know if you saw or not, but there was a penalty kick there from BG, and to get another one from Joseph Eightpole. So now a 2-possession match, and we've seen the struggle that Louisville has had offensively. They just can't seem to get anything going. They need to find a way, though.
They really do. We said they came out of the gates hot, and this could be it. This could be that spark they need, Ben.
It could be on cue. They play it out into space, and just like that, they take it home, and they get back within striking distance. The Cardinals make it a 16-12 match, just like that.
And sometimes, Ben, that's all you need. When you're playing defense, minute after minute, and your bodies are sore. We've been doing a lot of that. We talked about all the possession has really been in Bowling Green's favor, but check this out. Great take off that kick, and then how about this? Tucks it under the arm. A little bit of a sidestep. What a dart that time from their 15. Rocco Ballesteri, what a run, and then finds a support runner off the bench, 19 Hall, scores it on the blue turf. But man, from start to finish, Louisville. And that's the thing about Louisville. We saw them score very early on. It was a very quick try out of the gates. And that one, again, very quick. Caught Bowling Green asleep. Great counterattack from the Cardinals.
Conversion attempt there, far side. Flags are up. That is a tough kick into the wind. And that's a massive kick after Frank Meyer, the second rower, takes it in on that beautiful pass that Mike mentioned there from Rocco Ballesteri. And they are within 2 now, Mike Petrie. We got a match.
What a run, what a counterattack, and to be capped off by that kick, that's the energy that Louisville needs right now in this game. You can see Bowling Green a bit slow to the restart here. We're into the final quarter of play, less than 20 to go on the running clock. Man, this is as good as it gets in NCR semifinals, Ben. This is phenomenal stuff.
1AA semifinal number 1, Tennessee, Texas A&M. They'll play in the second one. Slated to get going just right around 1 p.m. Eastern time. Louisville, indeed, on cue, Mike, as we were talking there, and they break that play in a terrific piece of rugby to get them the try and a massive kick, and they're within a penalty kick. Penalty kick wins it for them. If it stays, here they come again. Penalty on Bowling Green here. Quickly on the restart. Cardinals trying to use the momentum. To halfway. Good hands gathering that ball in on the edge there. Taken in by Baylor Kovalarczyk. There's the call. Falcons have possession.
And Ben, that's the second time that Louisville has gone quick off of the penalty. You can see their number 9 there. Ryan Camarada, hands up. Just a bit frustrated, I'm sure, but moments ago we saw Louisville get a penalty in the middle of the field. They went quick, they went towards the sideline, and they turned it over. This time, they get a penalty in their own end, they go quick, and then that time you see that frustration from Louisville. Nothing wrong with that, just a drop pass. Unfortunately, maybe a little bit low if we're going to be hypercritical of it, but you know what? If you're a number 9, you're throwing carrying type passes to your forward runners into contact. You want to give it a little bit lower so they get their body position lower. And nothing really wrong with that, just unlucky for Louisville.
Griffin Wilson at the back. See what the response is from Bowling Green here. Now clinging to a 2-point lead. Slow to get up there, right side of your screen there, and that's Camarada. He looks to be all right. Those 9s are tough. I know a bunch of those 9s. They're all tough.
Thanks for the boost of confidence, man. We need that every so often, you know?
That's right, man. You know me and how I feel about this sport. Everyone that plays it is absolutely nails. Great kick here, forcing Bowling Green back. Now Louisville trying to put some heat on defensively and force a turnover. Mishandled by Bowling Green. Still playing on here. Louisville gets the ball back. Just chucking it back there and finding some hands was J.B. Meyer. And Radzinski calls the knock on here.
Bowling Green got a bit lucky there that time, but how about that counterattack and kick again from Rocco Ballesteri, the fullback from Louisville. And then how about this? That pass goes to the outside. It gets dropped, and that's what caused the turnover. Then look at this. Bowling Green just kind of stopped playing for a second. Can't do that.
Yeah.
If this pass comes off, man, Louisville could have been off to the races there. So not the type of game where you can make a mistake and expect the game to stop and start feeling sorry for yourself. It's got to be next job right away. And that time, Bowling Green gets a little bit lucky. But Louisville, their luck is continuing to run here, playing again in Bowling Green's end. Great counterattack, great kick again from Ballesteri. As we said, the fullback from Louisville camps them out just outside of Bowling Green's 22. And there's that number 9 you said.
Yeah.
Ryan Camarada for Louisville. He's been the pulse of this offense for them when they've had the ball in hand. And you can see him. It's going to take a forklift to get him off the field today.
I haven't heard that one from you in a while. That's a great line. You're right, though. I mean, did you play in this tournament back when you were in college?
It looked a little bit different. It was still a college championship tournament. There was the round, the Sweet 16 round. There was the Elite Eight, the Final Four, national championship game. So the stakes were always high. The playoff picture was there. With different tiers like this. So there was the Division I, Division II, and I think Division III back in the Stone Age when we were playing this level.
Stone Age.
Yeah, exactly.
And I asked that with all sincerity. Like, I mean, my point is, and you're certainly not in this equation because you played internationally and played professionally, but for a lot of these players, this is it. Like, they'll play club rugby and that, but like, this is their last opportunity here. So much on the line. This one's picked up from the back by the number 8 of Louisville, but not so fast. There's the call made by Rudzinski, and Bowling Green comes up with a turnover.
You're absolutely right, Ben. This means so much to all of these people, regardless of what the future holds for them, regardless of what their professional aspirations are. I mean, I think you've seen it. You've done a number of games at different levels in the NCAA, and you know, I mean, what is it? The statistic is like 99% of these student athletes end up becoming professional in something other than their sport. You know,
that's right.
That's the case, and this is it for them. And for so many of them, even if they're freshmen in college, this might be the only time their school makes it to the playoff picture. So much at stake in terms of passion and what you play for and school pride, and most importantly for your teammates and all the work you've put in together. So for the families that are there standing on the sideline in the snow, the coaches that have put in those late night hours, I mean, this is it. This means everything to these players on this field right now and their families at home.
Yeah, well said by a guy that knows it firsthand, playing at the highest level in college, professionally, and internationally. Mike Petrie, the USA Rugby Hall of Famer. Ben Holden with you here, and our crew, those that are on site in Butler, Pennsylvania, just over 30 degrees. Look at this carry from Bowling Green. Falcons know they're only up 2, and they can use another try here. Big, heavy run there. Running over the number 2 there, Flynn for Louisville. And now the ball turned over. Louisville, they come up with it. And they got their try. Meyer there, the second rower, number 19. The most recent try, now Bowling Green. Trying to come up with it, but a penalty call here from Rudzinski to stop us. More medical attention needed. When you play in weather like this, Mike, you still hitting the ice tub, or what are you doing to recover after this thing?
Just standing outside for a little while, Ben. Just go sit in that snowbank for a little bit. Just bury myself in snow for a little and hope for the best. No, really, you're right, though. I mean, in these types of conditions, I have to be honest, your body just needs a little bit of warmth after a game, but you still go through the same protocols. What I would say is, you know, there's no locker rooms. You noticed that here when we took that quick 5-minute halftime. I didn't see anybody head off to a locker room to get warm. I highly doubt that there's ice baths readily available after the game for these guys, unfortunately. But look, you still recover the same way, win or lose. If you win, obviously you've got more emphasis on the recovery. If you lose, you still want to make sure you take care of your body, because at the end of the day, it's a marathon, not a sprint. They want to make sure that this game takes a lot out of you. Games in specifically take huge tolls on your body, and if anything, hopefully if they're listening, they will do that recovery mode no matter what happens, because when they get to be a bit over the hill, we'll say, Ben, they want to be able to run around still and have some fun and go out for a bike ride and do that kind of stuff. They don't want to be feeling like, I should have just taken an ice bath after my rugby game when I was 18.
That's right. That's right. So they continue to help the injured Bowling Green player here, needing some help. You hate to see that. Really favoring that right leg there, it looks like, as they help him off. And 12 minutes remaining in this match. Bowling Green with a second half try and a penalty. And Louisville with that try they got, Frank Meyer. Alisteri sent him up, giving him the try assist on that one. Griffin Wilson set to put in here for Bowling Green. Castellanos Anderson in. Number 16, he's come in from the reserves for Bowling Green up in their front row.
Bowling Green needs a bit of stability here in this scrum, Ben. Love to see them get Owen Slimmer, their number 13, with ball in hand. He runs such good lines. He comes up the line with so much pace. Let's see if they move that ball to him here.
There he is in the middle of your screen. It's in the hands instead there of their 14. Now they put it in the hands of number 23, the center, Isaac Radke, who's checked in as well. Hopkins would love to get one home here, leading by 2. Of course, you do the math, the converted try would put them back up in a much more favorable position here. Would put them back up by 9. Working the short side of the pitch now. A lot of traffic there. Good carry, keeping those legs turning and burning. Defensive work from Louisville has been incredible and impressive in this match. Up against it so many times in the first half. This game could have got out of hand, but they held themselves in it with the work they did defensively. Trying to power through there was Jacob Capel, the 10. Cleveland, Ohio native out of St. Edward's High School. Outstanding rugby program they've got in the high school ranks. All their athletic programs are top notch at St. Ed's. Good carry here. Final 10 minutes here of this match. You got to figure there's going to be more than 10, but at least in regulation time, that's where we're at. Tackle up 7-8 meters from the touch line. They work it back into the middle, back into the hands of Anderson. Mentioned him a minute ago. Wilson to it. Radke nowhere to go. Stopped in his tracks as soon as that ball was into his hands. Wilson slipping a little bit on that turf. Inside of 9 minutes remaining here in this Division I AA semifinal. 2-point lead for Bowling Green. They've got possession here. Patiently working their way.
And you can see there's a lot of black jerseys on scene there for Bowling Green. They're keeping it tight. This has got to be almost a dozen phases so far, so well done to them to maintain possession. They're just trying to get stuck into this Louisville defense. And they're just picking and going around the corner. You can see all those forwards. They're just trying to get some go forward, and there it was. They're trying to release it there.
Wilson picked that ball up, yeah, and trying to really break this Louisville side, but we've seen throughout they are a tough group to break, and they come over and get another turnover. They didn't release in time, says Rudzinski, and the Falcons turn it over. Careless with that ball, and they turn it right back over.
And then you can see that intent from Louisville. They want to play, they want to swing that ball into the wide channels. They know that time is not their friend right now. They got the wind in their face. Also not their friend as far as conditions go. It looks like based on what we're seeing in some of those flags. They've got some wind in their face, so instead of going for the corner, they decide to spin the ball out. Ball hits that blue turf, and then that offload. They're just flat in those outside channels. You can see those support runners just a little too flat. They've got to work to get a little bit deeper and put some pace onto the ball as they run onto it. But here we go.
Yes, indeed. And Bowling Green, but hang on, it's knocked on, says Mikey Rudzinski. Got to get another look at this, Mike.
Wow. That could have been the game breaker right there, but receiver coming back. Here's the throw. Let's have a look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sort of tapped it to himself there, right as you look at it. Ball comes off that blue tip. There it is. Goes behind him a little bit. Knocks it back up to himself. So big call that time. By our referee, Mikey Wazinski, right on scene. But nice job. And Louisville has possession again now.
Yep. Philip Tracy thought he had it indeed, but it was mishandled. Good heavy push. Penalty called on Louisville. Go on the restart. Here comes Tracy trying to get home. This time gets free and does. He takes it in this time. No penalty call, and Bowling Green increases the lead. Philip Tracy, the senior out of Dayton, Ohio, with a little celly as well.
And then he had that other one called back just moments earlier off that line out. And that time the penalty came from just an absolutely powerhouse platform in the scrum from Bowling Green. What a push, what a drive. And you can see number 9, Griffin Wilson, standing at the mark saying, throw me the ball, let's move quick, throw me the ball. Philip Tracy had absolutely none of it. Quick taps himself, have a look, there it is. Penalty comes. Now watch this, you can see someone standing at the mark. It's not the 9, it's one of his forwards actually standing at the mark. It's his number 7, his opposite flanker that time. Coach Fabian saying, give me the ball. And Tracy says, wait now, this is my turn, my go. And Tracy just dots that one home. Some good footwork, some good powerful running. And across the board, what power from that Bowling Green forward pack just now to give them
good stuff.
That late try they needed.
Conversion attempt here. And it will stay where we're at here. A 21-14 match here. Here we go, Petrie. Down the stretch we come here with 4.5 to go in regulation play here.
And that's a big miss. That's a big miss from Bowling Green because this is now a 1 converted score game. They tie it up. Louisville, we've seen them score on a change of a dime, really. And it was on the counterattack the last time they did it. So here we go. Ball goes out of bounds on sails out of bounds. That's what I would do too. Make sure of it. Put it into the stands. Don't let number 15, that Rocco Ballestetti, back in for Louisville in their backfield. Don't let him on the counterattack right now.
Liam Flynn trots over. Massive, massive sequence coming up here in this match. Louisville. They go short. Yep. Didn't go enough. Too short. Or was it? What did he call here?
Trying to get a sense of what he called here, but it looks like it's one of two things. He might have called dispatch numbers in the lineup for a free kick. That would have been a free kick. Maybe an early jump. Might have called a free kick as well. Didn't get a chance to get a good look at it. But anyway, here we go. Here he goes. There's Ballestetti down the sideline. That's the man that you don't want to have the ball in his hand for Bowling Green.
Camerata right there. Their general trying to lead him in. Trying to lead him in to potentially get this match level at 21. We're inside of 3 minutes to go in it. Camerata. Radke. Camerata. Radzinski bringing us back here. Conversation needed here with the AR. Let's look back here, Mike.
Look at it. Something happened that our touchline official sees that is now conveying that to the referee. So we'll see what that looks like. This could be a big moment, depending on how this goes. We'll We'll see what the result of it is. And it looks like they're trying to identify a player, possibly. Yeah. So let's listen in. Let's see what's going on here. Anytime you get a finger pulled, that's not a good sign.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Massive, massive turn of events here, Mike Petrie.
That's it. There they go. Bit of love for both sides. As we take a seat for the remainder of regulation. And Louisville gets the benefit of a one-player advantage and a penalty from pretty close in front, but they know a kick is not enough. They cannot kick this. Conditions aside, they've got to go for it, Ben. And here they go.
Yep. Camerata on the restart. So now Bowling Green down a man, up against it, leading by 7. Can they come up and flex their muscle with a stop here, as Louisville's done so many times in this match to keep themselves in it and alive, and they've got a chance to get it level here very late in it, just a couple of minutes to go. Bowling Green, though, comes up with a ball over there and all that, the breakdown, and now the Falcons see him settle it down. Inside of 2 to go in this match. Down 1, just trying to choose some time up here is Bowling Green. Trying to rip that ball out was Flynn on the tackle. Inside of 90 seconds to play.
Time, Ben, to go back and forth. You can see what Bowling Green is doing. They're trying to kill the clock here. They're going side to side. I think they're moving a little bit too quick. You can see he's asking for the time. That's number 9, Griffin Wilson, asking the referee how much time is left, and they're just going to go back and forth these pods until they turn it over to Louisville. Here we go.
Yeah, they did. They got it. They came up with the turnover ball. Now Camerata and the Cardinal offense trying to go to work way up in the air. Down it comes, gathered in there into the hands of Kovalarczyk. Final minute here, Camerata plays it outside. The ball's down on the floor, and it's knocked on because of that pass that could not be gathered in.
That was the right idea that time from Camerata. That was a 2-on-1 down that channel. And Bowling Green, I'll tell you what, they went to that clock killing type of style a little bit early, I think, and a little bit too quickly.
Okay.
If you're going to run that, you slow that way down, you leave that ball at the back of the pod, make the referee tell you you have to play it, and then you release it, and you run it like pistons in an engine, back and forth, and Bowling Green did that, but you have to make really sure. You did that, they did that for about 2 minutes. There was about at least 90 seconds on the clock to run that.
There was, yeah.
A long time to ask your forwards to go back and forth like that. But either way, here we are. We're over 80 now. And Bowling Green, they've got to be asking questions right now how much time is left on this clock.
Might be the reason we're stopped here, Mike, to make sure on where we're at, right? Saw Radzinski there looking at his watch. Whatever the case, there is not much time left. Louisville needs to come up with the pill here, as Wilson will put in this scrum for Bowling Green, up 7.
You can see, Ben, the tight nature of their runners, 3 outside. Bowling Green's in a little bit of an arrowhead formation. They got to make sure ball security is key to them right now.
No question about it. Down to ground went Weiler. Gotta protect it. They don't, and Louisville's come up with it. Camerata gets it free. Trying to kick, and it's blocked. But it's called a knock-on Bowling Green after all that.
the advantage, so they rolled the dice. They tried to flip it over the top, but coming back to the scrum, but this has got to be it. You got to imagine that there's not much time left to tick on this clock, and this could be the last sequence of play that we'll see in this semifinal matchup between these two schools that have really poured their hearts into this game. A lot to be proud of on both sides of the ball. For Louisville, do not count them out yet. We've seen them score in a blink of an eye. And let's see if they can pull a rabbit out of a hat in the 81st minute, Ben. That would be something.
Yeah, Frank Meyer with that try in the blink of an eye. They scored earlier here in the second half. It was a quick play that developed in a hurry on a great carry from Ballestari. Camerata can't get in there. Body's tumbling down. And Radzinski making the call. But a yellow has been issued here. This one looks to be on Louisville.
And that's just dominance at the set piece, Ben. That's 2 in a row. The second scrum that we've seen, Bowling Green just barrel over the top of Louisville. And I'll tell you what, in Louisville's case there, that ball's got to go in and come out so quickly. So here we go, Bowling Green. They know they must be asking. This is the last play of the game. Quick tap. They get into contact. Make sure we have plenty of numbers. Secure the ball. And let's end this game if you're Bowling Green.
Griffin Wilson gets hands on it. They get it free. Gary there. From Ratke, down he went. Wilson. Well into the red here in Butler, Pennsylvania. Louisville swarming, getting the ball free. Louisville, they get it out. They come up with a turnover. The Cardinals not dead yet. Camerata frees it. 40 meters away. They need the try. They need the conversion to prolong this match and keep it going. Camerata. Referee there helped out as a bit of a screen there and a bit of a play. Penalty advantage. You heard Radzinski was being played.
We'll continue to play, Ben. We are once again
well
over the 80-minute mark.
Well,
Similar to what we saw at halftime.
Yep.
But Bowling Green, you can hear some of his teammates just shouting, "Put it out, put it out." And instead they turn it over, and Louisville stays alive. 2 yellow cards on the screen, 14 on 14. And here we go, here comes another card, Ben.
Wow. 14 on 13 rugby. Bowling Green with 2 in the bin. Ryan Camerata.
Here we go, Ben. Another chance for that rabbit out of the hat for Louisville. Let's see what they got up their sleeve, because they definitely need some magic, but they have the help of 2 yellow cards. So let's see what they can do, and here we go. Buckle up, Ben. Here we go.
A lot of space out there. Restart from Louisville. You got to figure this is it. Last chance here for the Cardinals. Bowling Green gets the carrier down to ground. Camerata in, lefty plays it. Put it into the hands there of Meyer. Now Camerata outside edge. Working it out there yet again. Camerata into the hands there of Liam Flynn, the senior hooker for Louisville. Speed coming, breaking through, breaking away. Couple of sidestep moves. Inside of the 5 goes Louisville. Down there and close, knocking on the door. Trying to get this thing home. Camerata works it out there. Bowling Green there. Still about a meter shy. Camerata short with it. And they get home. They get home here well into the red. 14-on-13 action. And the Cardinals are a kick away from getting this match level, Mike.
Wow. Wow, Ben. I'm speechless. I am absolutely speechless. In Louisville, they scored the first try, 60, 90 seconds into the game.
Yep.
Fight all game long on defense, and they scored the last try in the final seconds of the game. And this is it. This is it. Number 12, right now, Jordan Kendrick lines this kick up. He's the man who set them up in the middle of the field. He made a great dart up the middle. Almost got in himself with some fancy footwork. Put them front and center, and here he is, front and center stage for the final kick of the game.
Normally I say these are chip shots. This is not guaranteed at all, but Kendrick drills it right down the middle, and we're tied at 21 here. And it's going to take even more time to decide a winner and see who moves on to the Division I AA championship match next week in Houston. Oh.
Wow.
Amazing stuff.
Wow. And you know what? I'll tell you what, those cards that came late in the game.
Yeah.
You know, on one hand, you sit there and you look at it and you're like, well, my shift is done. I'm out of here. But very well, you could get back on the field now at this point, because we're going to extra time. And
yes, we are.
Meeting to determine what this is going to. Look at this. Now we're just going to figure this all out on the field. But how about credit to these two teams, and especially to Louisville in that situation. Like I said, you scored the first and the last try. You weathered the storm in between. And Bowling Green, and they put up quite a fight throughout that game as well, and this is it. They both deserve this. They both deserve a few extra minutes to really figure out who has the right to go on to the championship.
So they get a little bit of breather here to catch their breath and try and regroup, and you see the Bowling Green player there, one of their props there, and just like, man, I can't believe that just happened. That's Vincent Poffey, number 18, had his head in his hands. But you got to shake this off, Mike. I mean, you got to have a short memory if you're Bowling Green here.
Really, really do. And wow, I mean, there it is. Just look at the energy from Louisville. The elation on one end, and the absolute just shock on the other. I mean, both teams have put in such a shift in snowy conditions, in the freezing cold, in the glorious state of Pennsylvania, in a semifinal. I mean, look at this, just steamrolling people on the way to that score for Bowling Green. That's Holder that dotted that one down, and then there he is, the fancy fullback for Louisville, Rocco Balestretti, just darting and waving and finding support. And look at this, there it is. Bang, straight to the off-road runner. And try for Louisville. I mean, as it happened, what a game. What a game, Ben.
Tremendous.
Yeah, here it is. Just quick tap from Louisville. Straight through a seam in the Bowling Green defense. And look at the energy. Look at it. That is just fun to watch, man. That is fun to watch. And then the final play, here it is, more energy from Louisville, up off the ground. They are psyched up. I'll tell you what, this is a moment, Ben, where you feel like this is what makes you miss it. You know, when you talk about your career, you talk about playing with this game, and talk about these guys and how much it means to them as you see try scorer Philip Tracy for Bowling Green run back on the field. I mean, this is everything to them. And to have a few extra minutes, I think, is so important to each and every one of them. And they have earned it, like I said. They really genuinely did. They have a right to take this one to injury time, or to extra time.
Well, we've still got cards. So Bowling Green's got 2. Louisville with the 1 card. Sudden victory here in this extra session here in this overtime section to decide a winner to go on to Houston next week to face either Tennessee or Texas A&M. That game is just about set to kick. So here we go, overtime here, Bowling Green and Louisville to go on to the 1AA championship down in Houston, Texas, on the road to Houston next weekend. Bowling Green, they've got the first possession here. How does it, what changes in terms of strategy, Mike? Does anything change, or are you just trying to do whatever you got to do to get one here?
Yeah, your strategy virtually remains the same in terms of you learn as you go, you find opportunities. You know, I think that Bowling Green can really hang their hat on their set piece. I think that's something they should try to capitalize on in this overtime period. They've been very successful with it. I think it'll earn them some great moments, specifically around the scrum. But overall, stick to your systems. But what I will say, if you're Bowling Green, if you've only got 13 players on the field, that's something that mentally you've got to understand that right now you're just trying to eat some time away, take your time, wait till you at least get back to 14 all.
That's where they'll spot this kick and this line out coming up here for the Falcons of Bowling Green. See the fans in attendance bundled up. It's 33 degrees in Butler, Pennsylvania. Feels like 22 degrees.
That's a tropical day in a northern Scottish rugby season, Ben. Come on.
Yeah.
That's a tropical day in some areas of the world. But to be fair, I mean, these guys really have put in a shift in these cold conditions. And here we go. Ooh, that's a tough tackle there.
That looked high, indeed, right around the neck. No call. We play on. Radke the carry. Wilson getting it out. Philip Tracy, big try in the second half for Bowling Green, their captain. Now the Falcons right in the middle of the park with it. Wilson frees that ball. Big second rower there with the carry. Harvey Harris, look out. Here goes Bowling Green inside of the 22. They are close and knocking on the door. They get a penalty. They go quick. There's Tracy again. Lays it back 5 meters away. Let the big men gather that ball in. Wilson. Another short carry right in. They take it home. And Bowling Green right down the pitch. They get it and they win it in overtime. 2.5 minutes in, as they'll head to Houston to play for the 1AA championship next weekend.
What a finish, Ben. What a finish. Both teams, so much to be proud of. What a moment for Bowling Green. They start that game in the hole. They caught them by surprise, 90 seconds in. You're 7-0 down. What a testament to their drive, to their patience, to their effort, to just stay in the game. That entire first half, they spent most of it camped out in Louisville's end. They finally scored right before halftime to walk away with an 8-7 lead, so only 1 point difference between them. You go into overtime, and they come out of the gates like that. Going back to your question, Ben, if it were golden try, if you knew ahead of time it were golden try, you throw everything out the window and you throw the refrigerator at them, because this is, you got to score, and Bowling Green does exactly that.
Well, as they say in Bowling Green, Ohio, "Aye, Ziggy." That is a massive, massive moment in the history of their program, and the flag is flying in Butler, PA, as the Bowling Green Falcons will face either Tennessee or Texas A&M next weekend in Houston, Texas, for the right to hoist the 1AA men's championship trophy. What a match. Hard-fought battle, and it took extra time, 2.5 minutes into it. And the Falcons moved it right down and pounded it home. They all started with that line out about 40 meters out. Some great phases they played their offensive group down there to get in position to score it and take it home.
One of the runners that set them up to do that, Ben, was their number 13, Owen Slimmer. I had mentioned getting the ball in his hand, pace that he shows, the energy that he shows. He got them on that front foot. And what a finish from this Bowling Green side.
Amazing stuff. Well, Mike, you and I will have St. Bonaventure and Walsh coming up. Next Level Rugby will bring you that one at 3 Eastern time. And again, Ziggy, as they say at Bowling Green, the Falcon at the championship next week down in Houston, Texas. Closing thought from you, Mike.
What a game. This is what it's all about. Look at that. Look at the support for the Bowling Green Falcons on the blue turf. It came out in numbers, and this is what it means to them. You asked about that, Ben. We talked about the importance and the significance of it. And this is what it means to that Bowling Green community and all the rugby community in the state of Ohio, which has to be one of the best rugby communities out there in the United States. And there it is. There's the energy. They're headed to the big dance. Congratulations, and wishing them all the best. What a game.
Off to the ship, as the kids say, and Bowling Green will play for it next weekend down in Houston. They'll take on Tennessee or Texas A&M. That match just underway. For the Hall of Famer, Mike Petrie, Ben Holden, all of our crew, we say thanks so much for watching. Mike and I will see you again at 3 Eastern for St. Bonaventure and Walsh on the Division I side. Until then, have a great rest of your day.